Hello, everybody. It's me, Mitchell Jones, with Live Life Live. It is Wednesday, April the 15th, 2020. I am going to try to be calm tonight. I don't always do such a good job at that. I get excited about what it is that is being shared and what it is that is being said. So if you're here coming in, I want you to say hello. I want you to wave your hand at me. I want to talk to you tonight. Just want to check in, see where you are, where you've been. Come on in, come on in. Somebody wave your hand at me so I'll see your name, so I'll see you. Oh, I see there's Cakes. April, that's my sister-in-law. Pablo, hey, hey. Annette Cherry, hello, hello, hello. Shasta Person, yay, yay, yay. I see you. There you are. Yeah, right on. Yep. Okay, well, listen, let me just go there and I let people catch up where they catch up and get in where they get in, whether that's now or later. But I just wanted to check in with you, and I wanted to title this, What Have You Been Doing? And the main reason, this is the main reason that I wanted to get on, because I wanted us to make sure, wanted you to make sure, I want to make sure that as we are quarantined, whether you're still out and about, whether you're not out and about, but whatever it is that you are doing, I want to make sure that I encourage you to make sure that you are preparing to return to whatever normal is going to be, the new normal is going to be. Hey, Michelle, my sister-in-law, whatever the new normal is going to be, I want us to make sure that we are preparing for it. One of the things that I realized that many people were not, and are not prepared for a pandemic situation, a quarantine situation. We've got emotional issues that are popping up, mental issues that are popping up, financial issues that are popping up. And many of us on one level or all three of those levels are not prepared. Hey, Doc, are not prepared for such a pandemic experience. And so I want to caution you to prepare to come back out. Prepare, hey, Rick, prepare for things to get back to whatever the new normal is going to be. We have to take a personal responsibility for our lives, for the lives of our children, and for the lives of those that are coming behind us. And one of the good things I believe that is coming, or you want a shirt, you can get one. One of the good things that is coming out of this situation is that we are being made to become better. People are educating themselves. People are educating themselves on finances. People are educating themselves on vaccines and viruses and vitamins and minerals. And people are exercising. People are consciously, individually, and I believe that consciously, collectively, we are coming to a better place as a people. And you may not think so. Listen, it's been 3, 4, 5 weeks in some places that people have been quarantined. As a people, we are collectively coming into a better space, into a better place. I encouraged you, I believe it was somewhere during the week of March the 22nd, I encouraged you to do whatever it was that you do, whether that's pray, meditate, whether that's yoga, whether that's fasting, whether that's listening to praise and worship music, choir music, or getting with the DJ, whatever it is that you do that makes you happy, I encouraged you to do that to raise the frequency. And I'm telling you that because we have collectively done those things, that things are going to be better. Those of you that are spiritual, those of you that consider yourselves believers, regardless of whatever persuasion you come from, I do know this, that you believe and I believe that everything works together for our good. And I'm telling you, it may not seem like it to you, but things are working for our good. You are not the same as you were 6 weeks ago. You're better. Your understanding is better. Your Your intellect is better. You are sharper than you were. And there are things that are going on that maybe would have gotten by you, that probably would have gotten by most of us had we not been put in this situation. Don't let this rest period go to waste. Don't let this refreshing period go to waste. Don't let this restoration period go to waste. Don't let this renewal period go to waste. It is time to reset. It is time to recharge. It's time to refuel. And some of us need to get busy, get to doing what it is that we're supposed to be doing, the things that we love to do. And some of us need to go back to doing some things that we should have been doing and that we're not doing. Some of us are changing our diets. That's a good thing. Some of us have never taken vitamins in our lives, and all of a sudden, because of fear, we have been duped, or we have been coaxed into doing it, or forced into doing it because we didn't know what to do. And it's a good thing, but I'm telling you that now's the time to educate yourself. What are you going to do when you're going to come out? Are you going to continue to take vitamins, or are you going to just go back and say, well, I don't need to do that because the pandemic is over? Let me tell you this. Coronavirus, we may go down to nobody being affected, but it's still out there. And even if it's not that, there's always going to be something out there. Even if it's just the viruses that's already known to mankind, you can't go wrong with building your immune system. Listen, these bodies of ours were designed to ward off diseases naturally. But in order for them to ward off those diseases naturally and to do it effectively, we've got to fortify them. So that's one of the things I want to make sure that I'm encouraging you to do. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it. You do your own research, but do something. I know I do what I do. I can't tell you what to do. I take vitamin C and vitamin D and detox pills and liver cleanse pills and turmeric and I take probiotics and prebiotics and super greens. I do all those things to maintain emergency 1000s. I do all of those things to maintain my health to the best of my ability. And I still have things that I need to do. So I'm telling you, I'm just encouraging you to do that. One of the things that that bothered me yesterday, and this was really the basis. Hey, Julio. Hey, Big Ron. One of the big things that bothered me yesterday, I had to do some grocery shopping yesterday. And, I get that you can do what you want to do. And I do believe that there is a real virus out there. I do believe that. But one of the things that they have suggested that we do is that we wear masks when we go out. Listen, and that mask doesn't necessarily protect you, because most of the masks that we are wearing has holes in it big enough for any virus known to man to come through. But if you are asymptomatic, or if you're sick with some other kind of virus and you're not aware of it, having a mask on when you cough or sneeze protects other people. And I just thought about, am I my brother's keeper? If I'm concerned about other people in the stores, the people that are working in the stores, then why won't I cover up a mask, get a washcloth and get you a rubber band, get you a big rubber band and just tie it around, get you a bandana and put around you. Let's look out for each other. Listen, the world is about to be a better place. And you and I can do that. Listen, and let's not go when this is over, or when we get back to whatever normal is going to look like after we get back out. Let's not be complacent and stop there. Let's continue to forge forward and push forward. And I'm going to do my part to help you, or to encourage you to do your part. I don't know. I'm going to switch gears for a moment. Today, I don't know if you heard, they're already working on another stimulus package. And let me tell you why I'm mentioning them working on another stimulus package. Because now they're talking about giving every adult $2,000 a month until this national emergency is over. It was actually in the first stimulus bill, but it was taken out after it was presented to the Senate to vote on that first Wednesday that they were looking at it, and it took them until Sunday or Saturday night to approve it. Late at night, remember that? Somewhere between 12:30 and 1 a.m. in the morning, they approved that. Now, I'm only sharing that to say to you that if you don't have the means to prepare or to invest, Because listen, at a time like this, when the markets are down, the people who are the wealthiest, they invest. Somebody, I don't know if it was true or not, but somebody was making, I saw a post today that said something about a Fashion Nova website that was now about to crash because so many people were on there spending their stimulus checks. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm telling you, this is the time. I got to go back to something I told you a week or more ago, that the greatest wealth transfer that's known to mankind, that's ever been known to mankind, is in the stages of happening. It is being set up. It is being positioned now. And if you and I don't have investments in any of those places to be rewarded or to benefit from that, or to become self-sufficient, because one of the things that you may not understand is that there is a digital currency, there's a digital market that is coming. It's being set up. Today, many of you weren't able to access your digital accounts. I mean, you weren't able to access your bank accounts by the app that's on your phone. Now, many of us can still go online on laptops and desktops and still get on. Now, you can believe what you want to believe, but I'm not convinced that it happened today because people were getting their checks. People were getting their checks on Friday. People were getting their checks over the weekend. People got checks on Monday. Some people got checks on yesterday. And I'm telling you, and you don't have to take my word, but I want you to be vigilant. Awareness is key. And I know that when I share things like this, even if you don't believe what I'm saying, it just opens you up to the possibilities of what's going on. And I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, if you like Fox News, or if you like CNN, or if you like MSNBC. I don't care, because I don't get into promoting anyone or to jumping on one side or the other. I want to hear what everybody has to say so that I can decipher what I need to decipher to make the decisions that I need to for me and my family. And I'm telling you that they're fighting amongst them. They're fighting amongst themselves, not just the Democrats and the Republicans, the deep state and whoever these other groups of people, the 1% of the 1%ers, they're going at it. And if you pay attention to the news, and if you stop being so Democratic and so Republican and so independent, and just be you and be on the side of right and for the good of man, you'll begin to see some of that. You know, some people are upset today because, oh my God, Trump wants to stop the funding for the World Health Organization. Well, guess what? You know, I don't have a nickel in that fight. But what if it's true that the World Health Organization could have put us in the state of knowing that there was a pandemic, or knowing that this was coming early? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't really care, but I want you to be aware of what's going on. And the Surgeon General Jerome Adams, he dumped Bill Gates, his whole big theory this whole big move that Bill Gates has to vaccinate the world. Now I'm gonna pause on Bill Gates just for a minute, because I just think it's very interesting for somebody whose parents purchased somebody else's works, and Bill Gates takes it and then makes it what it is and becomes this big computer guru. And then when he's got a monopoly on it, the government gets involved and he loses more than half of his wealth from that, who then just goes off the scene. We haven't seen him, and then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, here he comes. Some of you don't know. He resigned from the board of Microsoft. Let me expose another person. Warren Buffett. He resigned from the board of Berkshire Hathaway. Bill Gates was a board member of Berkshire Hathaway. He resigned from those boards. Where's Warren Buffett now? Where's Warren Buffett now? But he's not telling people that he's got money. He's got money sitting on the sidelines. He's got money that he's taking off the table, waiting for the economy to hit the bottom, and then he's going to go all in. Some of us have to do that with our stimulus checks. And if you need your stimulus check, that's fine. But when they roll around and start giving you $2,000 a month, whether you are working or not, and giving you another $500 to $1,000 per child that's in your house, every single month until this is over, regardless of whether you're working or not, regardless of whether you're getting unemployment or not, regardless of whether you're getting food stamps or not, you will not be able to say that you did not have what you needed to get this wealth transfer. I said to some people a few weeks ago, check out XRP. I encourage people to do it. I'm not going to go all into that, but I'm here just to check in with you and ask you, what are you doing? But I showed people where you could take $30, and at the time, XRP was about 15 cents. And I was showing people that you could take $30 and put it in XRP and get 160 to 180 coins and then just sit there and wait until it goes up. When that becomes $10,000 a coin, and it is. That's not financial advice, and neither I'm a financial advisor, but I'm telling you that it is, because things are being set up that you aren't aware of because you're too busy doing other things, or maybe you don't have the knowledge. But that's why I'm here. I'm telling you to look into it. And if you don't understand it all, get in my DM and say, hey, I need some help with that, because I don't want you to miss the opportunity that is here. Millionaires, multimillionaires, and some people who have enough money to invest are going to become billionaires through this process. And if you get caught up on, I'm not able to go outside, I'm not able to go to brunch, oh my God, I can't go to the club, I can't go to the party, King's Dominion should be open by now. If we're focusing on all of those things and not preparing our bodies, and if we're not preparing our minds, and if we're not preparing our souls and our spirits and our finances, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it. Some of you need to be, it's as simple of you getting one or two things off your credit to get your scores back in the upper 6s and the 7s, so that you can get some real estate, or so that you can get some of those things that you've really been desiring, and you can get them with no interest rates or very low interest rates, or get that house that's going to be 40 or 50% off when all of this is over. And be well assured that the stock market numbers are much higher than they're going to be when this is all over. And you and I can benefit from those things. You can buy stocks on Cash App now. You can look at some of the airlines and some of the cruise lines that are not going anywhere, going to be around. You can literally, just like you send and receive money on Cash App, you can buy stocks on Cash App. Yeah, you really can. So there's no excuse, because all of the things that we need are going to be right in our hands and going to be very accessible to us. I'm reminded of the scripture where the prophet asked the woman whose husband had died. He said, what do you have in your house? And she said, nothing but a little bit of oil and a couple of cruises. She used those things to get herself out of debt. And I'm telling you that whatever you have, I'm telling you that the universe, and for those of you that are Christians, I'm going to say it that way, God, Allah, Yahweh is going to make sure you already have enough in your house. I'm telling you, you do. And if you don't, he's making sure that some public assistance or assistance from the government is coming your way. Somebody says they've got them from Cash App. Absolutely. That some assistance is coming your way to be able to put you in a position to be wealthy when you come out of this. Let me make some reference again, as I did on Monday night, to the mark of the beast. I want to remind you, it's not something that's going to be forced on you when it shows up. It may not show up in our lifetime, but I can tell you what, the shock that we're receiving is causing us to look at ourselves and to want to be prepared. And let me go back to the Surgeon General for a moment. Listen, when you see moves being made by public officials and government officials, I don't care how you view it and what side you're on. Know this, that it's all working in concert, and it's all working for the good of all of the people. And there are plans that are evil. There are plans that are divisive that will work against all of mankind. And you just have to know that because people are praying, people are fasting, the consciousness of many people is being raised, that whatever the plans are that are not intended for the good of man, to encroach on man, to cage us in, to hold us back, to hold us down, to depress us, to further demoralize us financially, those things aren't going to work. Because one of the things I do believe that they've had playing with this have playing with this ID 2020 and the things that you need to have in order to travel, I wouldn't have been surprised if they were going to say, if you're not, some of you heard it, if you weren't vaccinated or you don't have a certificate that you've already encountered the virus, that you're not going to be able to, that you possibly wouldn't have been able to travel. Now, I'm not saying they're doing those things or they're going to do them, but when you hear that those things are being talked about, be aware that there are people that are working things because they want to control. They're greedy. It goes all the way back to history days where people are trying to build towers up to the heavens and trying to be like the Most High God, wanting to keep everybody, 99% of the people down and the 1% up here. And don't be so fooled and so gullible and so naive that you think that there are people who don't want to dismiss billions of people from off of this planet. Don't be so naive to think that. And if you're just that naive, then maybe the fact that you just heard me say it opens you up to the possibilities and to the things that you are not aware of. Listen, many of us have been so busy working, so busy taking care of our children, so busy providing and trying to make ends meet that we have not been vigilant, that we have not been in a position to be able to hear and to see and to educate ourselves. The very things that they want to use to work against us are the things that right now are being used by people to put themselves individually and put us collectively in a better place. Now, I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you, whatever you have to do personally, you gotta love. You gotta be unified. I don't believe that love and unity means that we all have to agree, but I believe that to have love and to have unity means that, you know what, you may be different than I am, and you are different. Every one of us is unique. You may do things a different way than I do them, but it does not mean that I can't walk together with you, that I can't love you, that I can't help you. Miss Nene says, I've opened her eyes to a lot of things. Her son and my son play football together, and their spring season got canceled through a lot of this. And sometimes, she'll call and I get to preaching to her and I get to venting to her because I'm concerned, and I'm not overly concerned, but I want to make sure that I do my part to wake up some people. So just look at things with a different perspective. Things change when the way you look at things change. Things change when the way you look at things change. If I look at you differently, then I'll see something different in you. Things change when you change the way you look at things. Things change when you change the way you look at things. I'll say it one more time. Things change when you change the way you look at things. Okay. As it relates to your health and vitamins and preparing your immune system, listen, I'll go and say it again. This body is so perfectly designed that there's nothing out there in the way of disease, virus, or harmful bacteria that it cannot ward off when it is properly taken care of. Some of us have toxins in our bodies that we haven't even taken time to deal with. We're home. You said, I've been wanting to detox. You at home, boo. Guess what? You're not even working. So if you run to the toilet 20 times a day, you got the time to do it. Hello, somebody. So you can detox. Listen, detoxing removes toxins, toxic materials, toxic waste from your body to build your immune system up. And somebody may say, well, I don't have any money to buy detox or to buy the master cleanse. But guess what? Fasting, not eating, is a way to build your immune system. So there are things that you can do. If you can turn down your plate from a meal, maybe it's taking some bread out of your diet. Maybe it's taking some sugar out of your diet. Maybe it's you eating less meat to build your immune system, because I'm going to say it again. We're going back out there, and viruses and diseases are out there. And if your body is prepared to handle it, you've heard them saying it. It's been a respiratory thing. But guess what? If your immune system is effective and built up, it can ward off this thing before it becomes a respiratory disorder. It can stop it at a sore throat. It can stop it at a sneeze. It can stop it at a cough before it develops into that. And the people whose lives have been truly taken away, it's mainly because, and I'm not saying underlying conditions and all that, but even the underlying conditions, it's an issue of our immune systems. Because when our bodies can't fight it off, then our bodies become susceptible, and our immune systems break down, and our health goes down. Listen, look at people. People live to 100, 120 years old, and now we have to celebrate majorly when somebody makes it to 100, because we've got all kinds of pollutants and toxins and metallic particles in our bodies that's coming from chemtrails and other things that maybe some of you don't believe in. But some of you don't believe in some of these things because you don't research enough, and because mainstream media doesn't tell you about it, then you don't believe it exists. I said to you the other night, and I'll say again, mainstream media for the most part is run by the very people that want to control, and they want to suppress you. And listen, and when they do that, you'll know when they're doing it, because you can turn to any network and you can hear the exact same phrases being used. 9/11 woke up some people, and then some people went right back to sleep. 9/11 woke up some people, and some people went right back to sleep. Don't go back to sleep. Don't be lulled back to sleep when this is over. Stay up on your game. There are many things that you can do. Somebody put up apple cider. I don't care what it is you're doing. Vitamin C, colloidal silver, selenium, vitamin D, vitamin A, ginger root, lemons, limes. There's so many things that you can do, and you don't have to do all of them, but you need to do something. You need to do something to shore up your system. And the truth is, the people that really take care of the toxicity that's in their body and build their immune systems up and take natural things that they can that will regulate their blood sugar levels, some of this medication that we're on, we can drop it. I'm not against medication. Take it until you don't need it. But make sure a doctor verifies that you don't need it. Because I'm not a medical doctor, but the truth is, if you do enough research, you can find some things that you can do to help your situation out. Because listen, it feels like, and it felt like, the survival of the fittest. When I left home yesterday to really go out and stay out for some number of hours, I had been in since the 1st. Made 2 grocery store runs, not because I was fearful, because I was concerned and I wasn't educated and I didn't feel comfortable with the amount of information that I had. And work was down anyway. What should I'm not sure what bariatric patients should do, but I'm telling you that find out, ask your doctor what you can do. Say, you go to him and tell him that you want to detox, you want to clean out your system, and find out what it is that you can do. Because listen, to whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. There's a vast earth out there that's been here for us to enjoy. And I'm telling you, there's some people that want to put us in camps, want to put us in cages, our homes, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be because of what's going on out there, but I can tell you this: if our bodies are functioning at an optimal level, then you and I don't have to worry about those things. There's even a study, and I'm going to close with this, that talks about the cleaning products that we use in our home. Listen, we've got to take full responsibility for everything and do everything that you can afford to do when you can afford to do it. And the more you can afford to do it. But there's a study out there that says that the cleaning products that most of us use that have chemicals in them, if we clean our house once a week for 20 years, our lungs are the equivalent to a person that smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. Let me back up and say that again. If you and I are using toxic chemicals in our home to clean, Clorox. I mean, look at those things that have all these chemicals. I tell you how you know you're using it. If it has a top on it that you got to press down, if it's got any kind of safety lock on it, then you know it's a chemical. You know it's a harsh chemical. And the study, I don't have to bring all that stuff to you because it would make these broadcasts longer than they need to be. You go do the research. Or if you're not going to do the research, do what you do with your pastor. You take his word. You ain't studying no way. You believe everything he say. So if you want to trust me, trust me. But if not, go look it up. I'll say what the study said again. It said that for 20 years, if we clean our houses once a week with harsh chemicals that many of us are using, when they did a study, for a 20-year study, when they looked at the lungs of a person that smokes a pack of cigarettes a day, and they look at the lungs of a person that uses harsh chemicals to clean their house once a week for 20 years, their lungs look identical. Now listen, I'm guilty myself, but I'm about to change. As a matter of fact, I made my first steps today to change that, and I'm going to be sharing some of that in the days to come. But I'll give you this, and I'm not telling you to make any changes in your house. No, that's not what I'm telling you. Because if you don't want to make any changes, that's not on me. But I'm trying to be here until I'm 120, and I'm talking about taking care of myself. I'm talking about being in good health, being able to see and still driving. Bleach is the number one. Is probably one of the biggest things that's harming us, and we don't even know it. Because guess what? It kills. Bleach, oh my God, bleach, it kills everything, doesn't it? But guess what? It kills us too. It kills everything. Come on, we want to wash dishes? We got some bleach. We're going to clean the toilet? We got some bleach. You're going to clean the bathroom sink? You got some bleach. You're going to clean the tub? You got some bleach. Listen, I'm not knocking you because I do it too. But because I know better, now I'm going to do better. And I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask people that know. I'm going to study, I'm going to research, I'm going to bring those things to you. And I hope that you would bring those things to me because we are each other's keepers. And I'm telling you, if we do these things, we can get our bodies in position and our bodies in shape to go out here and win the war on evil. If you subscribe to Heaven or Hell, then win the war over the enemy, win the war with Satan. If you believe that he's real or he's a real spirit, I'm not here to judge any of that. But because whatever persuasion you come from, there's probably something that's good and there's probably something that's bad. But I'm telling you, if you and I are not strong enough and strengthened in our bodies and in our minds, then we won't be able to do the things that we need to do to be effective in the world. You know, you have an assignment, you have a gift, you have talents, you have abilities. You need to be a blessing to somebody else, but you can't be a blessing to somebody else until you yourself have been blessed. I'm going to have a transparent moment here. I'm emotionally ready for this. I'm mentally ready for this. I'm psychologically ready for this. I'm somewhat, but you know what? I wasn't financially prepared for this. I wasn't financially prepared for this. I can honestly say that. But at the same time, I'm not mad about that because I've had some financial hardships over the last 10 years. It put me in a place that I'm emotionally and mentally and psychologically prepared for what's going on right now. Some people are losing it. Some people are losing it because they're being confronted with themselves. They're having to live with themselves. They're so afraid. They're quarantining, and now they got to get to know this person. There's no booty call. They're scared to have a booty call. They're not having a booty call. Nobody's coming over. They're not going over to nobody's house. So now they're forced to face themselves, and they've got to deal with that. And that's not a bad place. Deal with you. Deal with the things about you that you don't like or the things about you that you need to change. I can't tell you what those are, but if you get quiet, if you meditate, fast, whatever you do to step away from the busyness out there, whatever you do to step away from that, and you'll find out, you'll know what it is that you need to do. Because I don't know about you. I want to be here to see this wealth transfer. I want to be here to experience it, to see the turnaround in society, to see love come around, to see people helping one another. We can continue this, but you got to make it your business, your job, or you got to make it your duty. Yes, you got to make it your duty and your obligation. and to be willfully doing it. Not just doing it because you're afraid not to do it, but do it because you want to do it, because you believe that it is right to do it. If somebody has a question or you want to comment about something, you can always comment. Absolutely. And Michelle said, #we win. But if you've got a question for me, I'll give you a few moments to get a question in there, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best to answer it. And other than that, we're gonna jump off and let you enjoy the rest of your evening, as I am going to do as well. And let me say this while I'm waiting to see if anybody has a question. This is my logo, Live Life Live. It is not a gun. I am not inciting. I am not trying to promote violence. It is a megaphone. It says Live Life Live. There's L-I-V. I know it's spelled that way. Live Life Live. See, that's what I'm doing. I want to promote things that are helping you. I want to promote things that are helping people to live life live, live it in color, live it to the best of their ability. You know, wait, I'm living my best life. Yeah, live your best life. Live it on your terms, according to your means, and to do better, to be better, so that we can produce better. That's really what we should be about, because we should be leaving legacies for generations to come. And particularly we as Black people, yeah, we've been robbed of many things, but guess what? It's time to get it back. It's time to settle the score. We're going to make you one that's backwards. Yeah. Yes. So because, okay, yeah, Michelle said they're going to make me one backwards so that you all can see it properly. So what are you all seeing? You all are seeing Live Life Live. But you get the point. Thank you, Pretty Girl Piz. I appreciate you too. If nobody has a question for me, hey Adrian, if nobody has a question for me, then I'm going to sign off here, and I'm going to say that I love you, I appreciate you, and I want you to take the time while we are still in some type of quarantine, whatever type of quarantine you're in based on where you live, and focus, refocus, regain control of your life, and position yourselves and get ready to come out of this thing on top, because we're coming out on top. I assure you that we are. And it is my encouragement to you tonight for you to live life live. Have a good night.